All right, welcome back to the Lucky Paper YouTube channel. We are doing more cube gameplay with Modern Horizons 2 cards for a little bit of testing before I make some changes to my cube. We are playing my Bun Magic Cube. The list will be linked in the video description. I am piloting a mono Black Aggro deck that I drafted and I'm just dying to get in some more reps with. You may recognize it from a previous video. Low curve, lots of removal. The notable things about this deck are we do have Dauthi Voidwalker, Torok Dreadcantor, and Grief, which I think are three of the best cards in Modern Horizons 2 for mono Black Aggro. Also noteworthy, lots of non-basic lands. One of my great joys, Anthony, of playing a mono-colored deck is getting to play all kinds of funky lands. So we have a couple of these DFC lands. Dark Ritual is like a weird land that, you know, just gives you a bunch of mana and then dies. Urza Saga's in this deck with no artifacts to fetch with the third chapter. I think that's fine. I have a couple other artifacts here to potentially up the artifact count, and even just making 2 2/2s as a fallback plan I think is totally fine. So that's my deck. Anthony, what are you piloting?
So it looks like I'm piloting actually it's mostly just mono blue with a little bit of red and white here and there. Control deck.
Control.
Would you call this a control deck?
I
mean, it doesn't have wraths, so it's more of just like a spells matter deck.
I think it's kind of a tempo deck. I think that's what I think about it as. You're going to use these like threats like Dragon's Rage, Channeler, Thing in the Ice, Murktide Region are like your finishers, and motivated by playing all these cheap removal spells, cheap cantrips, stuff like that.
Good luck.
Good luck to you as well. Do you have some favorite cards from Modern Horizons 2 after playing with it for a week or so? I gotta say, Master of Death is still one of my favorite cards to cast and play with. It has been a true joy. I almost wish my cube was a slightly lower power level so I could just jam Master of Death in there and have it not be a liability.
There's an answer to that. Make another cube.
Oh boy, I got so many cubes. I'm so deep in cubes. High roll?
Yeah.
It's our last match of the day. Ooh. Pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of shameful. All right, I'll go first.
I feel like I saw a custom crab token floating around.
Yeah, it is floating around somewhere. Unless it got erased by accident. It was one of those just, color in tokens. Here you go. In case you need a crab and a clue. So you do have clues, I think, in that stack. Or maybe not. Maybe it's in a different stack for a different deck.
They're in a different stack.
Well, great. In case you draw and cast hard evidence. Are you going to play Master of Death in your cube, Lemem? I'm so self-conscious about getting people's usernames wrong. It's like their name. You can't get it wrong. But also, there's not a lot of clear pronunciation for these words because they're not traditional names.
It could be a traditional name.
It could be. I'd be surprised if Lemem was a traditional name.
Let's see what we got.
This is what I'm working with.
Oof. Wow, this is quite a hand.
I'm going to keep this hand.
Okay, I can keep this.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Thoughtseize.
Huh.
Are you considering forcing it? Perhaps. No, I got the information anyway, baby.
Well, I think it's less about the information and just about you having fewer choices, but I think given this hand, you can't hurt me that bad.
The Thoughtseize can't hurt you.
I'll let it resolve.
Steam Vents. Force. Holy moly.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Look at all those forces.
Yeah.
So, what I want to do is take your Snapcaster Mage. Hold on, I'm not taking it. I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little
what I want to take on power level is Snapcaster Mage. Because...
But I have a second.
Well, Stormcaller is nowhere near as good if you need to cast your Preordain to hit your second land drop.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to the other choice, which is taking Preordain in the hopes of stranding you with but a lone land for the next couple turns.
Yeah.
But then again, you can cast half your hand without any lands, so how important is sticking you with a bunch of lands?
Great questions.
It's funny when I'm like, this 2-drop is kind of a long game card, but it is. If I expect this game to go long, let's scoop that Preordain.
Yeah, I think that's the right choice.
I'm going to be aggro.
I think I probably should have forced it because of that, because now I could be in a bad way.
Go ahead. You could also not be in a bad way. This is where you draw Mox Diamond and feel bad.
I'll play a Steam Vents.
Shock it in?
Yes.
Oh, I lose 2 life as well.
I'll cast a Sleight of Hand. Does that resolve?
Oh, you drew another cantrip. Sleight of Hand resolves.
Excellent. Hand, bottom.
I'm excited for Bone Shards. We it is in the testing pool, but I think whoever drafted it is not playing it.
I think that's correct.
What did you do with your Sleight of Hand, Scry? Just so I know. Oh, you just one outside. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, one into your hand, and I got it. All right.
I did the thing.
You did the only thing you can do. I understand.
Correct. Making me second guess myself.
I will Inquisition you.
Oh no.
Yeah, we haven't actually played with Bone Shards in this testing pool. I don't know who drafted it, but I think it ended up in a sideboard, unfortunately. I think it's going to be good, though. And I don't even have Reanimator stuff. I think if you have really compelling reasons to put cards in the yard, it gets extremely good. I think it's just good on value, though.
Man, I really wish I knew better what to do in this situation.
I'm not sure what you should do, to be honest. So,
I mean, you know my whole hand at this point.
No,
that's not true.
That's not true at all.
Off of
Sleight of Hand.
Sleight of Hand. I'm gonna let that resolve.
Let's take the Snapcaster Mage.
Seems good.
I'll Wasteland your Steam Fence.
I'll daze that.
Daze my Wasteland?
Oh, sorry. Just like put it.
Sorry, Wasteland the Steam Fence.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. No, I can't. There's no target for it, so.
And then say go.
Yeah. All right, that's pretty rude. Well, here's a Fire Islet pass.
I'm not sure I would have done that if that land could have cast Daze, honestly. Play a Swamp.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's true, Allison. I messed up by not playing land first. I think Allison pointed out that you probably should have dazed the Inquisition.
Yeah, I was not sure. Just like
hard.
the first turn, I was
It's
not
hard.
sure what I should do.
Order of Midnight?
Sure.
Say go.
Pass turn.
Untap. Draw. Go to combat. 2 in the air.
Take 2.
Put you to 16. It's probably not great against you, but Valky.
You get to take a creature.
Just a creature.
Just a creature. Well, let's hope we get lucky here. I will let that resolve, and you can take my Seagate Stormcaller.
I get a Seagate Stormcaller. Say go.
Oh, all right. I think I just lose now. Pass.
You get that Arc Trail in hand. That's going to clean up my entire board as soon as you draw another land. You get a little bit of time, I think.
The hope.
So I know you have Force Days. Doesn't really give me a lot of options in terms of what I can cast. Combat?
Yeah. I'll go to 12.
Attack for 4. Put you to 12. Dread Wanderer?
Oof.
2-turn clock.
I apologize to everyone in this chat watching this because I really don't know how to play this deck. And if I 2-for-1 myself and then you just get that back, really does not seem worth forcing. But on the other hand,
But is that
I'm
what I
not
want you to think?
doing anything else with these cards. I'll just let that resolve.
All right.
I'm also not going to be able to do anything
Go
unless
ahead.
hey, get a land.
Yeah, that's going to clean things up pretty nice, honestly.
I will go to 11. Can I afford to just get basic island?
Probably can. I don't think you have any double red in that deck, right? I guess what you would
Don't
get is
think
like
so.
a Hallowed Fountain or something, so you could cast your white spell if you draw it.
Arc Trail. And I'll take 1, go to 10.
That happens.
Whoop.
There's no value in turning my bulky into a thing. You go to 10 off your fiery islet. And you good? All right. Untap. Draw. Combat. In for 2.
Take 2, go to 8.
I think this game's a lot closer than you were giving it credit for. Freebooter?
Freebooter.
'Cause I'm free. Freebooter. Yeah, Arc Lightning is your Arc Trail is 2 and 1. It's kind of messed up. It's rude.
Let's force that and pitch a Spell Pierce.
All right.
Go to 7.
You go to 7. You pitch a Spell Pierce, so your hand is Daze, Force of Negation. You've got the Storm Chaser guy back. Seagate Stormcaller back. Yeah. All right, go.
Well,
Big old Dragoon's looking like a problem.
dragon.
Yeah.
Go to 6.
How big is that
And
dragon?
that
Did you exile
is-
5 full spells?
No,
Just
no,
4.
Just 4.
Only a 7/7. Yikes.
And I take 1 off the islet, so I'm at 6.
Yeah, you're at 6.
And I'll pass the turn.
Daze, Force, huh? Draw. Blood Sky Berserker?
You got it.
Pass a turn. Murktide Regent is a messed up Magic card. I'm so excited about it. It was one of my pre-release promos, too.
I'm at 6, so if I want the option to attack you and then ever be able to cast another spell with my Fiery Islet, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Just play the Stormcaller, but that gets Menace. So I think we're just going to say go.
I mean, you're in an okay spot here. Your draws are better than mine. You're at 6. I'm at 18. If I do that, what do I need to draw to be happy? 7/7 dragon is very big.
I agree.
I'll cast a Winter Orb.
I don't like that.
Murktide is great. I'm so high on it, as you will hear soon in our Modern Horizons 2 set review podcast. But yeah, you've been stuck on 2 lands this entire game, and you have a 7/7 flyer. That's the beauty of these really efficient environments.
I'll force that.
All right, it's exiled. Then I'll disfigure Murktide Regent, trigger Bloodsky Berserker.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm taking 3. I'll daze that.
Hard cast days. You got
Oh, wait,
it.
you...
Just dealing. They're just
Yeah,
minus
that's
2.
why am I doing
I'm
that?
casting a second
Yeah,
spell because
sorry,
I want to
sorry,
cast a
I'm
second
just,
spell.
Like, reacting in a stupid way.
I'll attack for 3. I like that if I just point a spell at your Murktide Regent, you're like, I gotta do something. All right, in for 3, you take 3, go to 3.
So I'm just dead to you having 2 spells next turn is the thing.
I got 1 card in hand. Go ahead.
Doesn't really do anything. I'll pass.
Force of Mitigation is gone.
Yes.
You still have days.
I also can't use my fire islet now because if you just attack with 2 creatures,
yeah,
I will die.
Yeah. I feel like I'm supposed to just cash in the Wanderer, honestly. Just to get... I guess I'd be cashing the Bloodsky Berserker, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a very interesting draw. This is my hand, by the way, chat. It's, I got a lot of options here is the thing. You still have days. I think I'm just supposed to do this.
Oh.
I'm going to play Hagra Brood Pit.
Okay.
Because 4 mana removal spell is not going to resolve against you, I can imagine. And pass the turn.
I'm at 3. I will crack the fire islet to draw a card.
Mm-hmm. Who needs lands? You haven't needed lands to get this far.
Untap. Draw a card. You have 1 card in hand?
1 card in hand.
I'll pass.
I just got to play around. I can't bluff. I got to play around this thing. All right. Play a swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Crafted War Gear.
Grafted War Gear. That I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything about. Good game.
Why are you scooping it up?
Huh? Because you just equip and then I die.
I don't have menace.
Yeah, but you just equipped to 1 of them and I'm at 3.
Oh, you're at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You do.
Okay.
that.
Great.
Good call.
Great.
I thought I was gonna make you have to block the Dread Wanderer. I forgot you're only at 3.
Should I let you? I don't know. Just attack with 1 creature.
Oh, I would have attacked with both, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were gonna be dead. I thought I was forcing you basically to block the Dread Wanderer. Dread Wanderer.
Dread Wanderer.
Dread Wanderer, which I then could just keep buying back and putting the thing on again, you know? Do I sideboard in this matchup? I think this is good enough against you. This is important against you for reasons. Maybe also this, but the question is what's bad against you? Let's see. What's bad against Anthony?
Whoops.
Really like the cheap recurable 1-drops here because I'm just trying to run you out of removal, basically. That was a great game. That was so cool that deck still did things under the immense pressure of back-to-back Hand Tate and Wasteland.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great game. Like, is this... Nah. That doesn't seem particularly good against you. You do have Yo Pyromancer in that deck, I know. I'm going to want this for Young Pyromancer. Maybe I just cut that? That's the best card against you. These other ones are maybes. All right, let's do it like that. I won't tell you what I cut till later. Are you on the play?
Absolutely.
It's going to make a big difference, I think, in this matchup. Reset these life totals. I'm glad we could tell somebody on Murktide Region today. We're doing the Lord's work.
Dragon Lord?
The Dragon Lord's work.
Oof. This I cannot keep. Oh. Well, would have actually worked.
I'll keep my hand. Show it to the chat. Check it out, chat. Thank you, Jet. I like my swamps too. Oh no, now you told Anthony I have swamps in hand.
Go to 5.
No, not like this.
He says. With that tone.
I mean, I don't want the game to end like this. That's why we played a third game of our grid draft decks. Even though it was me on the losing end there. Mm-hmm. This does actually raise an interesting point, which we'll talk about in a second. Not right now, in a second. Back up to 7 for good games? No way, Jet.
Okay.
You want to condition yourself to draft decks that mulligan poorly?
How good is this card against you?
What is it? I'll tell you.
To Fairy Time Raveler. I told you didn't think I was gonna.
I didn't think you were going to. Not great, I don't think. I do have a fair bit of instant speed removal, but I can play at sorcery speed. It doesn't matter to me. It's really good against counter magic, but...
Okay.
We'll talk about it in 1 second, Allison.
Polluted Delta. Crack it.
Are you going to get a shock land?
Yes.
Are you going to shock it in untapped?
Yes.
All right, you're at 17.
Play a Soul Scar Mage and say go.
I'll draw. Play a swamp. I'm torn. I'm already torn. You're a little late. I'm already torn. Am I going to regret this? What's the worst thing you can do next turn? I guess untap and have counter magic up? Putting things on as -1/-1 counters is a real downside. I'll attempt to Bullet Chief's Thirst, this little Scour Mage.
That resolves.
All right. I'll pass.
Ooh, wow. Not a combo.
Not a combo.
Hard evidence?
Yeah, make that crab and that clue. Make that crab and that clue. Make that crab and that clue.
Hallowed Fountain. Pass the turn.
Darn. That's not what I wanted to draw. I had a whole thing planned.
A whole thing?
I did. But now I'm just doing this. Blood Sky Berserker.
Yeah.
Pass the turn. Grab.
Polluted Delta.
Get you over there hitting land drops.
I know.
Like it ain't no thing.
Go to combat.
No
attacks.
I don't have haste. You can send a message if you want. I can just attack you with the Blood Sky Berserker back. This card is great. Really impressive Blood Sky Berserker. Also, the art is good.
I'm just going to go ahead.
It's like a punk party boy.
Yeah, punk party boy. That's exactly what your cube is like.
Throwing smoke bombs around the mosh pit.
Basic island. Go to 16. Sego.
Main phase fetch, say go. Are you trying to intimidate me? Untap. Draw.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Stop me on draw step?
Yeah.
After I draw?
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, now that you can see my hand, my question was going to be, if I didn't Blood Chief's Thirst the Soul Scar Mage on turn 1, I think because you mulled to 5, I would have been much more excited about Blood Sky Berserker plus an Evoked Grief.
Oh, sure.
Because then trading 2 for 1 is fine, and I would just get a big tempo advantage. But I didn't draw another black card until just now.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you that, but I just drew that. I choose to tell you.
Gonna have a rough time against either Grief or Grafted War Gear.
How about Griefted War Gear?
Yeah, I know, right? Grafted War Gear, you can just punch me so hard right now. Let's take Grief.
All right, so Grief on the bottom.
Yep.
I will draw. The only reason I don't know about that line is that this gives me a much higher chance of being able to double spell this turn.
Does it though? Because you could still Grief.
I wouldn't evoke Grief at this point. I would just play
You
2
say
and
that.
hard cast it.
You say that.
I do say that.
Okay.
And now I will do this. Play an Ancient Tomb.
Oh.
Play a Knight of the Ebon Legion.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Tap Swamp, Ancient Tomb, take 2. Play Grafted War Gear.
Yep.
I take 2, go to 18. Trigger
Punch.
Blood Sky Berserker.
Punch me pretty hard.
Put 2 counters on it. Move to equip. Equip Grafted War Gear to Blood Sky Berserker.
That resolves.
It is a 6/5. Go to combat. In for 6.
Take 6, go to 10.
Not even chump blocking with the crab.
That's got menace.
Right, it is a menace. I guess you don't want to lose the
Are you
creatures.
at 18?
I'm at 18.
Okay.
And then I say go.
Untap. Draw.
Oh,
I can-
trigger. I do get a +1/+1 counter on the Knight of the Ebon Legion.
I can just die. How's that feel? Doesn't feel great.
I think you're trolling, Jet, but Click cannot take land cards. I think you're trolling. Pretty sure.
Preordain.
Uh-huh.
These cards just don't matter. Is that true?
The only card that matters is Murktide Regent.
Let's go top, bottom.
At this point, it's going to be hard to be big enough, too.
I mean, I can take another 6, and then maybe we'll find an answer. Play GK, and ooh, do I actually want to attack you
GK.
here?
If you're not blocking.
Oh, am I actually just dead if I... No, because I just chumped that. It takes a bunch. Yeah, it takes 6.
You know my whole hand. It's just Swamp.
Yeah.
Haggard Mauling.
Yeah,
So,
let's hit you for 3.
chance of double spelling dramatically reduced. I'd have to draw 1 drop. I'll take 3.
And pass the turn.
Go 15. Untap. Draw. Ah. Go to combat.
You're in combat.
Attackies.
Crab.
Because you're at 10, right? Yeah, this is the right line. Sure. Crab dies.
Thank you, Crab.
You take 6.
Go to 4.
Play Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Take 2. Go to 13. Hangerback Walker on 2.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, if you had been at 1 less life, I would have just played that for 0, just to cast my second spell to trigger that, which would have been wild.
What was your first spell?
I could have just Hagra Mauling your Vendilion Click,
sure.
which I'm not actually worried about doing. I'm saving that for the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Trigger +1/+1 counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion.
I can almost kill myself. Yeah, you got it.
Let's play one more game though, if you don't mind, just because you had to mulligan so aggressively there. I would love to cast a card from MH2. That would be fun. Crab didn't die. That's right. Crab didn't die last turn.
Oh, is it only a...
It's only a 2/3. Yeah, it doesn't get Death Touch to you pump.
You're
Another
right.
rules
You're
infraction.
Right. I'm fired again.
Yeah, and Jed is right that I could have just Hagra Mauling to the crab and then cast Hangerback for 0, and then you were dead.
Wow.
This is hard playing publicly.
Yeah.
I don't think you missed anything, Jet. My heuristics failed me because I was like, why would I spend a 4-mana removal spell on a crab token? And the answer is because it wins you the game.
Hey, I've already spent some pricey removal spells on crabs.
Now, is your heuristic? Did you forget about your clue by the way that game, or
No.
is your heuristic just to like wait till the last possible minute to chump block? Is that how you work with? I was surprised you didn't. Oh wait, did we already talk about this? And you couldn't chump block crab because it had menace.
Yeah, it had menace.
Yeah, you didn't want to trade with click because you had GT in hand. That makes sense.
And I had GT, yeah.
Yeah, I think without GT, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't killing it. I would just be double chump blocking,
Right.
which seemed very bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You're on the play?
I'm on the play. I will keep this hand.
I'll keep mine too. Let me show chat. It's kind of hard to hold this in the right angle. Go ahead,
Fire
Anthony.
Island.
Let me reset life totals.
Is it worth doing that?
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Probably.
Game actions.
Pass the turn.
So many turn 1 game actions. I will draw. Doing that on turn 1 is kind of scary. Because it says you have some counter magic or something up. That's what it says to me. Swamp.
That resolves.
Thoughtseize.
Force spike.
Yeah, you got it. All right, pass the turn.
I'll take one. Should I not be doing this now?
I don't know. I'm at the ready to update the life totals on the screen, though.
No, you know what? Let's just untap.
All right.
Draw. Play an island. Take one.
Yeah.
To fairy.
Woo!
And I'll +1. Pass.
So you can play sorcerers at instant speed till your next turn. Draw. That's an interesting draw. Play Ancient Tomb. Gutter Bones.
You got it.
Pass.
I don't think it matters, but Gutter Bones is tapped.
It does matter. You gotta get all the rules right.
Draw. I think I do need to do this now. I'll brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Put these two on top. Play a Scalding Tarn.
Hey, the perfect brainstorm.
We're doing it. Do I want to just bounce your Gutter Bones like an idiot?
You get to draw a card.
I do get to draw a card. Let's crack the Scalding Tarn first. And just get a basic island.
So you're at 18?
Correct.
All right. Got you at 18.
That triggers if I've been dealt damage, you can reanimate it. Is that correct?
Return Gutter Bones from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only during your turn and only if an opponent lost life this turn.
Lost life. That's why you crack your fetches on your own turn, not for other reasons.
Well, I think you're about to draw a card with your Planeswalker. You wouldn't want to draw a card that you put back on top with Brainstorm.
I'll +1 to Fairy.
Gasp.
And say go.
Lining up that double bounce later. Draw a card. I mean, I can't afford to pay any attention to Fairy, I don't think.
You say that.
I do say that. Go to combat.
You're in combat.
All of a sudden, thinking about paying attention to Teferi. I gotta look up a rule real quick.
Sure.
Given that I now know how the rules of Magic work
Uh-huh.
in their entirety,
Just read the rules. The whole rules.
just read the comprehensive
I
rules.
thought about doing that once.
ASMR style.
I didn't do it.
Rule 104.8b. Magic cards are cool.
You're gonna cast a magical card?
I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you still in the beginning of combat phase, or
Did I say go to combat?
I thought you did.
Then yes.
Yeah, you did.
Attack you for 2.
Go to damage.
Go to damage.
I'll go to 16.
You're at 16.
I'm at 16.
Versus Saga.
Yeah.
First chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Take 2 off the Ancient Tube. Go to 18. Cast a Sedgemoor Witch.
You got it.
Pass the turn.
Cast Pyroclasm.
Doesn't even target. Oh, yikers, dude.
Thanks, friend.
I was at least expecting. Oh, an instant speed Pyroclasm. Ah!
We got there.
Oh, no.
Draw for turn.
That's gone poorly.
That's a little awkward. Let's just go ahead and cast this for fun. +1 to Fairy and pass the turn.
Untap.
Cards in hand.
4.
5.
Upkeep.
Yeah.
Draw. Beginning of the first main phase. Urza Saga ticks over to its second chapter. I tell you, I would like to draw different cards. I can't just not do anything.
You are allowed to do nothing.
I choose to do nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, excellent. Great choice. Untap. Draw a card.
People have correctly pointed out that Teferi can bounce Saga, right? Return target.
Artifact, creature, or enchantment.
It's an
Oh, yeah,
enchantment.
it's an enchantment.
You can just bounce Saga.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to plus. Assuming you don't want to make a token, at some point. And I'll pass the turn.
You're really doing it with this Teferi.
Am I, though?
I mean,
I'm putting counters on it.
what you're doing is the instant speed stuff, I'll make a card instruct
Yes.
on end step. It is a 1/1. I take 2 life. Go to 16. I will untap. Upkeep. Draw. Third chapter pops off. Let me have a think.
What do you have in that deck?
Yeah. I will activate again.
Mm-hmm.
Going to 14. Making another card instruct, which I apparently don't have the token for. There's my other card instruct.
I'm going to respond to the third. Or wait. So the third thing goes in the stack. How does this work? You're responding to the trigger, so it's still on the stack for you to resolve and search for something.
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to also respond to that, I guess, to you.
Did you see the deck tech, though, that I have nothing to find, just in case you care?
That is really important.
I just wanted to remind you so you didn't, have egg on your face.
I was going to end up doing this anyway. I'm going to pretend like I don't have that information. I'll Unholy Heat the non-summoning 6/1.
Okay. That is fine.
Okay, great.
I'm going to use the other token. This is not a summoning sick one.
Yeah.
I want to keep the Ashram token, obviously. This thing dies. Choose not to find.
Nothing. Okay.
Choose not to find.
Play
land.
Skull Clamp in there.
I think you are much more likely to have... Messfiend?
Huh.
Yeah, instant speed flame slash. It just happened, Jet. Interestingly, he could have actually regular instant speed flame slash because of Teferi.
Huh.
What are you thinking about so much? I feel like you can't have... I guess you could crack your fire islet in response. That would be an awful idea.
I'll remand that.
Yeah, of course you do. That's
Okay.
great.
I mean, if the other option is I just bounce it next turn and then I can remand later, but
Draw cards now. It's
I'm gonna
good.
draw cards now. That's a pretty cool draw.
Say go.
All right, untap. Draw. Because now I want to boop your token.
Bounce my boopin', and you get
Bounce
to draw
your
another
boopin'.
card.
I'll draw a card.
You're going off over there.
Going off. We're having a good time.
Having a good time. Having a good time. Only 7 more activations of Ancient Tomb, and I'll be dead to that.
I know, right? Hard evidence.
Yeah, you got a crabby.
Where did I put my crabby?
Crab. I'm a crab.
Play a polluted delta. So, yeah, can't get tokens or counters on my GT with my crab.
No, unfortunately,
It's
you
really
can't.
unfortunate. I'll pass the turn.
I'll untap. I'll draw. We are just going to power through. We're going to keep casting spells. God dang it. Take 2 from the tomb. Go to 12.
12. Wow, nice.
Mesmeric Fiend on the stack. 1 colorless mana still floating.
Mesmeric Fiend resolves.
I'll just cast Torok Dread Canter. Regular style. With the other mana.
So I'm going to do this anyway. So let's respond to cast. Let's crack the polluted delta. Go to 15. Get a basic island. Crack my clue. To draw a card. And crack Fiery Islet. to draw a card.
Yeah.
And it resolves.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Say go.
Okay. Untap. Draw for turn. You know I have a mountain in my hand.
I am living in fear of Murktide Regent. Oh boy, it's gonna be huge. You're gonna put a big old sword on it.
You have 3 cards in hand?
4. Been a little stuck on mana this game, so that has impeded my progress.
Interesting. All right, let's +1. Play a mountain. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw a card. Got a lot of cards in hand now, huh?
3 cards.
Inquisition you.
Inquisition me.
Hardcast Force of Will.
Hardcast Force.
Wow. You love to see it. Given that you did that, I can attack with both of these to get my Gutter Bones back. Which is not the worst line. You have 2 cards in hand?
2 cards.
If you have exactly Dragon and no counter magic, then I'll want to take that other line. So it actually doesn't really... Actually, it's not actually any good. I lied. All right, go to combat.
Sure.
Aim for 3.
I'll block Turok.
All right, take 1.
Go to 14.
I'll take 2 to get back my Gutter Bones.
Yep.
Go to 10. You're at 14. And I'll pay to get Gutter Bones back. Goes my hand. And I'll say go.
All right, time to read my cards. Snapcaster Mage. Target Pyroclasm.
Yeah, that resolves.
-3.
You could have even done this later.
-3 target.
Bounce a Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Mage. Draw a card.
Yeah, that all works.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah. This is bad news.
Cast Pyroclasm.
Okay, yeah, okay. Could even cast at instant speed.
No, I couldn't, because I minus.
Oh, that's what you minus, yeah. All right, these are dead.
Excellent. Island.
You don't even need the dragon necessarily. You can just get a Snapcaster Mage with a GT on it if you want.
I want to make a dragon.
Is it an 8/8 dragon, I imagine?
It's going to be pretty big.
I think it's got to be an 8/8. Yes, Anthony's face is a bit of a tell.
I'm not great at poker, probably.
Yeah, I think I am probably pretty bunsed here.
I feel like I do actually want to leave something in the yard, though. Let's leave Unholy in the Unholy Heat.
So you're not going to make an 8/8.
5. Yeah, because I've still got Snapcaster Mage. Oh, no. I have 5. Great.
So you are making an 8/8?
Yes, it is an 8/8. And I will pass the
I
turn.
guess even if it's a 5/5, it's a 2-turn clock. I guess now I can't use my Ancient Tomb where it's a 1-turn clock. Draw a card. Play a Swamp.
That was a fun turn.
Yeah.
We all had a good time there.
We did all have a good time. That was a great turn. I'm very impressed. So am I dead? I'm not literally dead. So I will play it out. We'll see what we can do. Gutter Bones.
You have Gutter Bones.
There's the battlefield tapped. Valky.
That's annoying. You take... And I have Daze. Maybe I should have Dazed that just to deal 2 to you.
I think you probably definitely should, but you didn't.
I didn't. I sure didn't.
Go ahead. So
Yeah,
I literally can't pay the days. I'll just
yeah.
pay it.
Yeah. Oops. Draw.
See, days even relevant on turn 55
Yeah, I really should have.
of a very long game.
Shoulda, coulda, didn't. Well, let's equip.
Yeah.
What do I want to do with all these great options? Attack you for a bunch.
I suppose I'll take 8. Go to 2.
And I will pop off the 2 counters to kill both of your creatures.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, that's not a bad plan.
Take my Snapcaster Mage.
Not a bad
to see
plan.
it. +1, good old Teferi, and creature Planeswalker. Yeah, I'll pass.
Pretty sure I'm actually dead, because even the removal spell I could draw, which I didn't, would require me to tap Ancient Tomb and be dead. You got it.
Wow.
Nicely done. Shall we play one more game?
Sure.
We've played...
Actually, I should play.
You got to go to F&M?
Yeah.
All right. That was a great game.
Yeah.
I did get a little punished for my Urza Saga there. If it had been a swamp, I think I would have been in a much better place.
Okay.
Though, normally in this matchup, I really like it against your deck because you have more counter magic than removal. You happen to have... That Teferi was very important in that game.
Yeah.
That's why I love that card, though, because it didn't warp the game. It didn't take over the game. It was just a very valuable utility knife. And
I mean, it depends on
instant
the
speed
matchups.
Pyroclasm is great. Yeah, it's much better. It's a little more tilting against like a counterspell deck. I think my only hope in that entire match. So I had the Valky in hand, and I was like, if you have exactly Dragon, but if you had Dragon, you would have just bounced it with Teferi and then cast Dragon anyway. Like, I couldn't protect Valky, and I could never get to 7 mana to turn him into a copy of Dragon. Thought you might try and bounce Turok, and then I'd be like, pro-white, but you didn't try and do that, so...
Oh, yeah, I definitely would have missed that.
Yeah.
But also, it's not a valid target, so it's not like... It's not like I would just be like, oh,
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't fizzle.
Yeah.
I was just, pro-white. Good games, Anthony.
Good games. Mesmeric Fiend.
That's what I brought in against you, and I took out an Ulcerate. I should have brought in Agonizing Remorse for one more removal spell. The problem is, I can't cut all my removal because your few threats are very important to remove.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't just cut everything, because if you resolve a Young Pyromancer or a Monastery Mentor and I can't interact, it's kind of lights out. I thought about swapping out one of them for Murderous Cut, which I guess I should have done, which would have at least also killed Dragon, because most of my removal doesn't touch Dragon. I probably, hindsight 2020, should have gone down a Disfigure for a Murderous Cut as well.
I should have checked and maybe brought in a Mountain or two.
And I probably should have taken Ulcerate and Disfigure out for Murderous Cut, Mesmeric Fiend. I think maybe this Agonizing Remorse should have a place too. What do I cut for that, though? I don't think I should get rid of Blood Chief's Thirst. That card's too good. Probably just Wind Orb, honestly. You don't need mana for your deck to work. Should have made these cuts. Would have been better. I only made one of them, though. That card was dead in my hand the whole game. I thought about just playing it to pump my tokens for the 25 seconds I had tokens before you killed them.
Sure.
What are your thoughts, Anthony? What did you think of the deck?
I really don't. I'm not great at playing with a lot of these cards, including Force of Will.
You did great. You paid 5 mana.
Paid 5 mana.
You paid mana, counter my spell.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, we kind of joke, but like that's part of why the card is good.
Oh yeah, totally.
It is actually modal. You draw it late game, and it's like, yeah, okay, fine. This is just a 1-for-1 hard counter spell. Yeah, format is 1-for-1 cube, Sean. Though we're just wrapping up.
But I brought in Pyroclasm, which I felt very good about.
Yeah.
I brought in Dreadhorde Arcanist because the card is amazing. I don't know why it wasn't in the deck.
I think Feld felt that he didn't have enough 1 mana.
Oh, there's a
1 mana cards to turn on Arcanist, but I maybe thought his
one,
because maybe your counter spells don't count, so you need enough 1 mana other spells.
3.
It is also just a combo with Jite. You get Jite on it, pump it up, swing in, 5 back anything. Thanks, Lamem.
There are 5 cantrips. I feel like that's plenty. And I brought in Unholy Heat as well.
Yeah, I like Unholy Heat in this deck and Prismari Command. Those two I think I would probably have main deck. These what you cut?
Yeah.
Just you cut this because you felt like you didn't have enough. You didn't want too many delve things because you also have Dig and Murktide.
The combination of, that and also feeling like I felt like I'm advantaged in the long game already, so didn't seem super critical.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You're definitely advantaged in a game where you have more cards. Yeah, probably. This was draft. Oh, F&M to draft or constructed. You're going to F&M to draft, right? To do a Modern Horizons 2 draft. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good format. All right. We're going to sign off now. Thanks for tuning in, people. We'll be back next Friday. And bye, YouTube.